But then he said that I should remember that I am still in his house. Hi my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're stopping by, you're highly welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, I love you. Thank you for stopping by again. Today is going to be a get ready makeup tutorial with me. I'm going to be telling you guys how I started makeup for myself and how I started makeup on people, and the journey so far, how it has been, the good and the bad. So stay tuned for that. Please hit the subscription button if you haven't done that yet. Even the link of how I do my brows at the description box down below, so please do well check that out. So for my eyeshadow, I'll be using this tape. I need a mirror for this, so I'm just going to be putting this like this, just this right here. I'm going to be starting off with this classic eyeshadow in the black shade. So guys, I started makeup from like, I don't really know if that was makeup, but you know that time after secondary school when you just, not really makeup because it's more like white powder and then a black eye pencil liner on your lips and then lipstick. That was how I always used to do my makeup. I would not forget. So guys, just love makeup from the start of it. From the start of makeup, I've been a lover of makeup. So I remember back then when I was still very young, my mom used to say this parable in a language. I do not know how to say it in a language, but let me say the meaning of it in English because I always ask her what it means. And then she would say that a small child that is still growing and is tying wrapper like an elderly, that when the breeze comes, it's going to take the child away, then leave the wrapper on the floor. So then she was always telling me that I'm always doing things like big people. I always want to make up and do things. I don't know that I'm still very young and all of those stuff. But then it was not really like that. Yes, it was like that because I was doing makeup to show off and I was doing makeup to, I don't know, all of those young girls used to do back then. But in built, I just loved makeup. It was something I loved from the start. It continued like that. I went to university, and at that point, my roommate, she was good at carving brows then. So I would, just when she was carving, I would go there and stay with her. I would beg her to show me how to do it. I wanted to learn more and all of those things. And then she was good enough to allow me stay there when she was carving brows and then tell me one or two things that I needed to know. And at that point, when I felt I was getting better, I started doing it on my own. But it was not good because I had like lots of mistakes. My brows would be all sorts of way, but I did not give up, honestly. I kept on doing it, and then it got to a point that I would beg my roommate to come sit down, let me do theirs, and most of them won. I still was not going to give up at that point. I kept on with it. So that was in my 100 level. In my 200 level, I continued with it. I was getting a little better with the whole makeup thingy, and I knew that I was getting better. So at that point, the 100 level students came in and they wanted to do their matriculation. I had like few makeup things then, so I told my friend, I was like, I'm going to tell 100 level students that I am doing makeup, like I'm going to be their makeup artist, and then they're going to pay me as little as I think 500 or 1,000 then. So it was very cheap, and I think then I got like 2 or 3 people that wanted to do makeup for me. That was the first time I collected money for makeup, and guys, trust me, that makeup was not sweet. Like that makeup was not nice at all, but then I did it. At the long run, after that makeup, I did not have like anybody coming to me to do makeup anymore because I fucked up. You know how makeup is, when you do something nice for one person and that person will come and be like, hey, this person told me you did this makeup for her and it was very pretty, I want to do a makeup from you and stuff like that. That's how it works most times. That's how you see people to do makeup from. But then it was really not nice because nobody came back to patronize me. Nobody came back to say, Purity, I want to do makeup from you anymore. So at that point, it did not get to me because I knew I was just learning. Then after that, I left that school. I transferred to a different school altogether, and that was like when it all started. That was like when the real job started, because at that time I was watching videos from YouTube. Like everything I do learn then for makeup, was all on YouTube. I was watching a lot of videos, especially Laika Beauty. She was my number one. I loved her video, guys. But then when I left my other school, I had the opportunity to have a phone, and it was better. I was able to watch more video then and all of that. So with time, in my 300 level, some people were doing their convocation. No, when I came to the school, I told my roommates that, okay, CEO, I do makeup, come and sit down, I will do free makeup for you, let me just use your face to learn. That was what I was telling them. I think I still have like some pictures of that. I'm going to be dropping them here so you could see them. So that was how it was going. And then she would sit down, I would do her makeup and all of those. It was really nice, honestly, guys, because I think at that point I was not really doing it because of the money or anything. I was doing it because of the fun of it and because I love doing makeup. It was something I just love. My love, I'm done with the other eyes, and I did the same thing here. And that is how it was. I was begging my classmates, I was begging my friends, my roommates, my classmates. That was how makeup was at the start. And to me, I was going somewhere and I was loving what I was doing. It was better than when I started. I knew I was going somewhere. So let me fix my lashes and I'll be back. If you want to learn how to fix your lashes, I'm going to be doing a detailed video of how I fix my lashes, and the link is going to be at the description box down below, so please do well to check it out. So guys, that was how I continued. I think this is going to be like a dramatic look because this eyeliner is not from Nigeria. Just clean off those fats I have on my face before I go into my skin prep. That was how it continued. But then one thing, my dad never agreed to me doing makeup outside. He has never clicked to the idea. It is not something that he has appreciated. I remember then in school, when I'm in school, I can do like a whole lot of makeup on my face. When I'm at home, I'll comport. Like the makeup I'll be doing is something very, very neutral. My foundation and then just little eyeshadow. I never ever tried fixing lashes at home, like never. It was not long that I even started fixing lashes at home. I know like I do just fix lashes and just stay home. It will not work like that too. It's either there's a particular occasion, maybe like a wedding, and when I come back I will remove it. Because I remember one day after a wedding program, my father told me, this thing in your eyes, I don't like it too. So I know that okay, the party is over, I have to remove all of this on my face. So guys, if you want to know how I prep my face, I'm going to use the Omaricode moisturizer. After that I will use my primer, and after that I would use my Zaron oil block. I'm just going to be using my hands to blend all of that on my skin. So guys, my father has never agreed to makeup. So when I'm home, it's just something very light on my face, not too much makeup, because I don't want any too much complaint. More makeup in school, more makeup for people or for myself when we're having an occasion in school than at home. So it continued like that. Then in my 400 level, it was still that kind of way because I wasn't good with makeup. I wasn't really good with makeup. I would charge the lowest. We used to have dinner then in school. I would tell people, hey, I'm doing makeup, and then sometimes I would be shy to tell people that I do makeup because I've always had one complaint when people do their makeup with me. It's always purity, this one makeup. And when the sun, I just came under the sun, the heat was too much. Oh, purity, this is your makeup. I was not really comfortable with that, and because of that I hardly tell people I do makeup, because then the product I use was something I know that it's not perfect. Like I could get a foundation from the Malan store, and then I know that okay, I can use this foundation on myself, and then I know how to manage my face at that particular time. But then if I do it for somebody that is having an occasion like a convocation or an induction, the person might get all worked up. You know how it is, that day is very eventful, and then the person might swear a lot, and then the makeup would just scatter. And then the only thing I had that time was primer. The primer was not even a perfect one. I was not using a very good primer at that time. I did not have moisturizer, I did not have oil block. I really did not know most things about makeup because I learned from YouTube, and then sometimes the products they use on YouTube is something expensive, and then when I check them online I found that they are very expensive, and then they never tell us to get something cheap, or maybe I've not seen a video that have told me to get something cheap. So it has always been like that for me. And the funny thing is, with all of those things, I still did not quit. I still wanted to do better. I still wanted people to do makeup on me and refer somebody, or not just do makeup and always have a complaint about that. Then it continued in my 500 level. it started getting better. Before we go to my 500 level, let me give you all gist of how I got my makeup box. I got my makeup box at that time. I wanted to get to that was my 300 level, and then makeup box was for 11k. The thing is that if maybe my dad had gotten the idea, if he has gotten the idea, it would have been better, because I feel he must have given me like money to go learn from a professional, or maybe get some of my products. But then I got all my products at that time from the pocket money they gave to me. In my 300 level, I can remember very well, my pocket money was, I think, around 20 to 25k, if I am not mistaken. So that 20 to 25k is what I'm going to use to get food stuff, provision, the things I need for myself, and all of those little things. Get me? And still fill my gas, so don't forget I'm going to fill my gas with that money. So removing a little bit of money from that 25k was not easy at that point in time. But then a man has got to do what a man has got to do. If you love something, you are going to do it, man. I kept on doing it. Then when I wanted to get my makeup box, there was a customer of mine that I do buy makeup things from, and she was very nice. She always used to allow me take things for credit and then pay her instrumentally. That was how she does it. She sells makeup then in school. So at that point, she got a makeup box, and then she told me that a makeup box, and then I think I went to her room, and then I found that makeup box was available, or I asked her if she could get a makeup box for me. I think that was how it happened. She told me that it was 11k. I told her that she know how it is now, how I do it. I don't have the complete money yet, but then I was going to just keep on pay. I'm going to pay instrumentally how we do it. So that makeup box was the longest thing I have paid for in my life. Like, it was the hardest thing at that point in time. I paid for that box for, if I'm not mistaken, 2 months plus, because I kept on paying little. If I did my money, I would just maybe give her 2 or 3k from it. If I do any makeup at that point for like 1k, I would go and give her the money. It was like that, but finally I got the makeup box. That was like my dream come true at that point in time, because I have always wanted to get a makeup box. At that point, I was very, very happy. I kept on getting more stuff from her for the way I normally do. I'll pay her little by little by little. But then, you know how it is. We're always getting the cheap stuff, and they were not the good stuff. That's just the truth. For makeup, the cheap things are not the good things. You have to put money in makeup. Time goes on, I found out that there are some products that I do not want to keep on getting from her. I want to get better things. I want to give my customers better things. I want them to be happy with what I do. I want them to go on a whole day with their makeup still intact. I wanted to go for their convocation and then see them and be like, this, I did this girl's makeup and I'll be proud of it. That was what I wanted at that point in time. I stopped getting some products from her. I wanted to do better. That was it for that. My 500 level, it got a little better. I was getting some customers, and then most times I believed that those people I got at that point were people that came because my services was very cheap and I could deliver something that they could manage on their face. I remember when I came back home for a holiday, and that was when they were doing that was when I think people were getting raped. Girls were getting raped at that point in time, and then I did this makeup. I'm going to be leaving the makeup at the screen here. So I did this makeup, say no to rape, and then at that point I noticed that I blocked my dad on Facebook, but I restricted him on Instagram. I had no idea that I did not block him. I had no idea that when you restrict somebody on Instagram, it's not the same thing as blocking the person. So I uploaded that picture on my Instagram page. Then my dad saw that picture, because why I blocked it on my Facebook and wanted to block me on Instagram, because when I upload like a mini video of a makeup that I did on myself when I started my tutorial on YouTube, he sent me a message one day, and then he was like I don't want to talk about that message, but then when I saw that message, I cried. I really felt bad. I'm not saying that my dad didn't want the best for me, that's just the truth. He wanted me to face my academic, but it's not always like that. Even with all of those makeup, I still faced my academics. I still knew that, okay, I have like something I came to school for. It is not for makeup, so I just use my spare time to do makeup, and then my main time for academics and all of those. After that message, I had to block him on Facebook and all of that, and I had no idea that I did not block him on Instagram. Guys, permit me to say that the smell of this Zikel fix spray is really sweet. I love the smell. When he saw that picture on Facebook, he called my mom. She was still at the shop. She called my elder brother. And my mom still called me. No, my elder brother called me first and was like, Shamaka, what happened? Because I remember that time that he sent me that message at that point. I told my brother about it and I told him that I was going to block him. And he now said, I thought you said you blocked that. What happened? I said, I thought I did though, but it was restrict that I did not block him. So at that point, my brother just said, he's not happy. Oh. When I finished talking to my brother, another call came in. Momsi was calling, Shamaka, what did you upload on your page? Oh, your father is shouting. At that point, I was tense and I was just waiting for him to come back because I know that day, na shout I would chop. I just knew that he was going to be so furious when he comes back home. So at that point, I had to archive the picture on my Instagram and then I had to block him. And I just waited for him to come back home. Literally, I waited for him to come back home. I was just patient and scared at the same time. Then when he came back home, the funny thing is he did not say anything that day. And I know how, you know how it feels. You are just tense, waiting for the shout. So I did not say anything. He was just allowing me feel tense. Next day in the morning, before he left for work, he now called me. I think I went to serve them food. And then he was like, Chamaka, did your mom talk to you yesterday? I said yes. And I said, what is that posted? I said it was a makeup that I posted for the thing that is happening now, saying no to rape. He now said, the one thing he said that I will not forget, although I cannot really remember everything he said, but then he said that I should remember that I am still in his house. The small shout he gave to me, and that was like the conversation we had. I left the picture archived because I just wanted to respect the fact that he has seen this picture and he wants me to remove it. And like I said, he just wanted the best for me. He just really did not have anything against all of those, but what he wanted was for me to be serious with my life and all of those. He did not really understand that me posting stuff does not mean that I am not serious with my life or that I don't have other things that I do and stuff like that. So, but then the funny thing is, I feel as our parents see that we are growing, they give us chance to do whatever we want to do. I remember when I came back home, that was this year after my final exams and all. He was getting to know that was after my after my convocation. Came back home. He knew then that I was done with school, and then I think it was on Sunday. I wanted to go do makeup for somebody, and then I told him that I am going to do a makeup for somebody, and that was in town. And he did not say anything. Literally, he saw me carry my box, my ring lights, and I passed, and he did not say anything. So I feel that he has found out that this is my passion, because even with all of those things that happened then, he still noticed that I mellowed down, but this is still something I want to really do. So guys, the fact is that I'm not saying that right now I am perfect. I'm not saying that right now it's like I'm still very good, because I am still learning and I still want to do better with my makeup and have better products and all of those. But what I'm saying is that I am better than where I was before, and right now I can do somebody's makeup and the person can refer people to me. I can do somebody's makeup and then the person will go outside and they'll be like, who did your makeup? It's getting better now. And I still do get some comments now like, this makeup is somehow, this makeup did not blend, this makeup is not sweet. I still get some comments like that when I was in school, but that did not stop me to still continue. That did not stop people to still come for me, to still come for my makeup. That did not stop me to still do what I want to do. You understand? That did not stop me to do things I want to do. So now let's talk about the profits I have made so far. I could not really count of all those I have made in 300 level, or all those 1k 500 I did then. But from the last time I went to school, which was during my convocation period, and to this moment, I have made over, if I calculate well, over 60 to 70k for makeup. That can be like somebody's makeup paid for like one day or stuff like that. But just to say that I am getting somewhere, just to say that I am not where I used to be, I am really grateful for that. Honestly, I am grateful that I have gotten like so much from my makeup, and I am still getting more from that. Guys, is it me or is everybody, whenever you do makeup, you always see that you're running, your nose is running, like always, every time I'm on makeup, every time. Like, why? I think it's because the powder and everything I'm applying on my face is having a sniff of it, and then it's getting to my nose and all of those. I think that's why. If there's like any reason or any way to stop it, please let me know. So this is the end of our makeup tutorial. I hope you learned one or two things from this, and I hope my story helped to inspire you and to tell you that whatever it is you are doing is just going to take time, and it's going to take your effort, but it's going to yield fruit. Definitely just keep on doing the work, don't give up. Any efforts at all, you are doing something. That is just it. Any little efforts you put to that thing you want to do, you are doing something. So don't think that you are not doing anything, or don't look down on yourself, or don't think that people are doing better than you. If you don't know who is supporting them, but you are here supporting yourself and you are putting effort to those things. Even if somebody is supporting you and you think that you are not still doing well, still do not give up. I believe that any little effort at all is still going to be useful. Just put your mind to it, put your effort to it, put your strength to it, and put God to it. You are going to do exploits, you are going to do wonderful in Jesus' name. Thank you all so much for staying tuned to my YouTube channel. This is the end of the look. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and I love you all so much. Bye guys.